We have some weird things, you know, some stuff that's kind of considered unusual for farmers, and this would be at the top of the list. Hello and welcome to 6th Gen Farmer, and today I thought I would bring you guys to our cornfield, which looks like it's about ready to harvest, but in reality kind of died. Now I'm gonna quickly duck behind the car here to get you guys out of the wind. Now I know some of you guys are gonna say, Carson, what the heck, you guys have had such a great year compared to some people, and you're right. I know Central Iowa, they were having a good year, and then that hurricane came, you know, basically a hurricane came to Central Iowa and just flattened basically the whole state. I have a couple other buddies from Iowa where they didn't get hit by the winds, but they're so dry that their soybeans are red, they said, and I'm sure that, you know, there's other places too that have had severe drought or severe wetness, and overall we had a good year until now. And let me explain here. So the corn right now is supposed to be developing, supposed to be filling out the kernels, making the ear as big as it possibly can. And like, for example, this corn stalk right here is doing that. The corn stalk's green, the ear is green, the ear is upright, and that ear is going to be filled out completely. I know we're on the edge of a field, and you guys might be thinking, well, you're on the edge of a field, yada, yada, yada. I'll get the drone, and I'll show you guys what it looks like in the middle eventually. But what's happened is a lot of our corn, and it's not just here in southern Minnesota, it's Iowa, Illinois, Nebraska, some of South Dakota. It's kind of hitting the whole grain belt. So here's what's happening. You see this? See how this ear is down, whereas this ear's up? These ears that are down, they're done. They are no longer filling the ear. They're no longer getting nutrients from the corn plant. Whatever is there, and that's what we're gonna harvest. And now, I'm not an agronomist. I haven't studied, you know, plant nutrition, plant health, plant growth stages. So I'm not getting in depth as I possibly could. And if I say something slightly wrong, I'm sorry. You guys can correct me in the comments. But this is what's happening. I took a couple, these are two different ears, and I cut them in half here, and I'll show you what's going on. All right, so here's the ear off the healthy plant, a plant that's still, the ear was still tipped up, and the plant was still healthy and green. As you can see, the kernels here, on the top it's yellow, and there's like a white line that covers most of the kernels. That's called the milk line. So everything that's below that milk line is still developing. So if I actually take a kernel off here, and I squeeze it, you can see like liquid comes out. That means that kernel is still taking in nutrients and is still developing and will become a bigger, more, I don't know, just yield better, basically. And what happened is, this is a bad ear. When this ear looked like this, the plant died, and so these kernels really didn't fully develop. And even though the milk line's really receded now because I'm kind of late to making this video, I don't know if you can see this or not. Probably hard to tell on the camera, but the good ear is way bigger than the small ear, and it will keep getting a little bit bigger. And so what happens is this milk line, it keeps going down and down and down until the plant is fully matured, or the ear is fully matured. Now what happens when the plant dies, when the milk line is still at like half, was it half? I think when the plant dies and the milk line is halfway down the kernel, that's 12% yield lost. And if it dies when the milk line is 3/4 way up the plant, that's 25% yield loss. So a lot of these ears, the plant died between 3/4 and halfway of the milk line. So between 12 and 25% yield loss. Now it's not the whole farm, and it's not every farm, but it is a large majority of our crop, and it's not good. And it didn't just affect corn, it also affected soybeans. It's a lot harder to show in soybeans. Basically the dry weather, hot weather that we had here at the end really affected the pod development and pod size. And this just goes to show, you know, for those of you who do not farm, how many variables and how quick stuff can turn around. You know, from having a fantastic year. I know when we were applying fungicide, we were as happy as could be because we thought it was going to be the biggest corn crop we were ever going to have, and now it's just going to be subpar. Okay, now it was sprinkling a little bit. I think it might be getting close to being over, so I might take the drone up, fly over the field so I can show you guys just how much of the field this is actually affecting. Okay, and now before I end the video, I have to show you this. We have some weird things, you know, some stuff that's kind of considered unusual for farmers, and this would be at the top of the list. It's a Gator, a John Deere Gator, that my grandpa had some custom wheels fabricated for to raise it up so you can go through standing bean fields. And we actually used this yesterday, and I took quite a bit of, not quite a bit, I took some footage of it while we were pulling weeds. That's basically what it's used for pulling weeds. So, yeah, I'll cut to that. Well, to finish off the day, thought maybe I'd introduce you guys to one of my grandpa's many ideas, the Highboy Gator. So right now, the weeds are in a late enough stage of development that if we pull them and just leave them on in a bean field, the weed seeds will actually spread and create new weeds next year. So what we have been doing in the past is we just put them in big piles and try to carry them out later. But with this, we just throw them in the back of the Gator and we can take them on out and burn them. Just to give you guys an idea of the construction, it's literally a rim welded to a spacer welded to this. And yeah, turning radius is like 120 feet, but that's fine. Done. John Deere, got a new business proposal for you. Highboy Gators.